The adult education literacy program is a program that has many different facets. One is the GED program. So anyone that wants to get their GED is welcome to come in. We have that program. We're starting with that program since we did stop and start back up. But before we did stop, we did have the ESL program. We also had what we call IET, which is a program where people could come in if they wanted to get their CDL license or if they wanted to be a CNA. We help them go through the program and get what they need to get those certificates.
Sure, absolutely. And so it's a big help to people in the
Yes, sir.
community.
Yes, sir.
And, with the federal shutdown, lots of things were affected, and as far as that program in particular, how did that impact that?
It impacted adult ed significantly, not just here at Kilgore, but across the state. Programs were shutting down everywhere. Uh, Employees were laid off. With our program, just about all our employees was laid off, which was, a significant um, hold on everything because students couldn't come in because we didn't have anyone to teach the students. So with our students being in the middle of a program or getting ready to get their GED, maybe needing one more test, everything just completely stopped. So it ended up they could not finish their GED. They could not finish those certificate programs. So it kind of left them in limbo. Like, what do I do now? So it significantly hurt the community, with the shutdown.
So it laid off a lot of employees. So is that all the teachers and everything?
That was within the AEL program, yes.
So was the reason they laid it up because they didn't have the funds to pay them? Or?
Yes, AEL is pretty much ran the majority with federal funds. So when they had that shutdown, eventually all our federal funds were pretty much taken. So we couldn't do anything because they wasn't giving it out, So with that said, we didn't have the money to run our programs or to fund any of our certifications or anything. So we had to figure out how to survive. And the only way was to shut down. We thought that it would come back up and everything would be okay and ease out, but by the time funds were allocated, all the programs had been shut down. Teachers were already gone, and it was hard to build those back up.
How do you think this impacted the students that were in the program?
The students were impacted greatly. We got many calls. What do I do? How do I do? Because again, they may have been in the middle of a certification program, or they could be right there. One more test, to finish up their GED. Well, if we don't have the money to fund those programs to get them through that, it just stopped. It just stopped. So where those people could have got the certifications and went right into the workforce, that didn't happen. That didn't happen. But we are trying now to make sure that that will not happen again. That is our ultimate goal. So hopefully all of those students will come back with us. We'll get all of these programs back up and running with the help of our community, and everything will be fine.
Right. And I guess in the future, how do you avoid something like that, especially when that program in particular relies so heavily on federal funding? I mean, you guys got to keep a separate balance to help that program, I guess.
Yes, we're looking for a lot of community help with this. We want to get donations and funds, kind of have us a little work bank, there to help if something happens again. We can pretty much keep up and running.
Absolutely, yeah. How were you guys able to get back on your feet? Were people able to give funds? Were people, did the college, was the college able to organize money and be like, okay, we can allocate this so you guys can start back up? How did that happen?
Well, honestly, the government decided to release our
Yeah.
funds. We don't have much to start with because our program here at Kilgore had to completely shut down. We had nothing trying to help our students get through their program. So it's kind of slow for us getting back up and running, but we are doing that. Once the funds were released, we just step by step, little by little by little, and getting it going. I think now the community knows exactly what AEL is worth to this community. I don't think we saw the advantages at first. With that shutdown, we can see this program was up. It was really flourishing. We was putting more people in the workforce. More people was getting off of public aid. It was just awesome. And when everything shut down, you know, all of those people were back trying to figure it out, and they were telling the community, wait a minute, this was helping me. I was making a living for my family. I was really being successful. So now I think the word is getting out. Everybody is understanding that AEL is a force that this community needs.